The Season 3 curse has struck once again with everything getting leaked for next season, and yes, that's right, it's called Season 3 as this season, if you didn't know from the item descriptions of what's released in the Battle Pass or in the shop, it says Fortnite Chapter 6 Mini Season 1. With a huge collaboration upcoming that nobody expected in the Battle Pass as one of the 8 skins as we transition back to the normal length seasons. To all the others right in front of our eyes thanks to data miners determining the full theme and how this correlates to OG Season 4 releasing the same day, alongside further involvement of Midas despite his outlaw form just appearing, tons of brand new mythic abilities and POIs replacing ones on the island since the start of Chapter 6, and let's not of course forget Daigo coming back in this corrupted form. It's about to get crazy. Just before we hop into that, before you pick up the Battle Pass, don't forget to slap code FM1 in the shop, literally being one of the shortest and easiest codes to enter, only 3 digits long, literally takes like 3 seconds. I don't make the rules, Charlie the Charcoal Pug does, and it's been an incredibly hot day, so don't let this little pug down, get entering the code now. A new season means a new Battle Pass to give to tons of subscribers, so make sure you are subscribed with all notifications turned on and comment your Epic Games ID down below if you want it, and that way I can hook some of you up like this person on screen today. No messing around, diving straight into it all, despite the fact this season only has 1 month remaining until we actually enter Chapter 6 Season 3. Even though literally everything's been leaked about this that we're going to be revealing just in a second, we also have Season 4 leaks, the mini Season 2 leaks, as this, again, as mentioned at the start of the video, is called Chapter 6 Mini Season 1, and even Chapter 7. Before we hop into that though, what's going to be happening for the rest of this season if you are wondering? Well, we're only getting 2 more downtime updates. May 15th is going to be 35.10 and May 29th is going to be 35.20. On this day for the final update, May 29th, a Godzilla-like ability is going to be introduced, like in Chapter 6 Season 1 where we could become this giant thing, 1 person per game, and use his abilities to eliminate other players. This is going to be applied to the Star Destroyer where we can control the Star Destroyer's turbo laser and shoot from above, and 1 portal will obviously spawn each game to control it every match. Maybe this is getting us prepared a week in advance before the Death Star Sabotage live event where obviously we're going to have to fight off the Death Star from seemingly heading over to Lone Wolf Lair as it seems targeting in the trailer, and perhaps even stealing another hidden Zero Shard as we know the first one that made its way onto the Oninoshima Island or through a rift in space crashing down on here actually entered the spirit portals despite just awakening them, allowing people like the Night Rose to run ransom on the island. Speaking of portals though, the one at Magic Mosses that Daigo literally just entered that we saw this cinematic after the fact of seeing this sequence or completing that particular quest, if it wasn't already obvious, it's completely destroyed. But with Shogun X also being a boss on the island right now, it's looking like Daigo's going to be involved in this portal, being the only one open to the spirit realm, as Fortnite is specifically testing or reworking Shogun's arena for next season, Chapter 6 Season 3, likely for Daigo. We've got more Daigo related stuff and how he's going to be involved in the storyline in just a second, but before we hop onto that, one of the most important things regarding next season is the fact that the season end time has now been made 12 hours earlier. It now ends on June 7th at 6:30 PM UTC, and this likely means extended downtime after the event, and that the event Death Star Sabotage happens at 6:30 PM UTC. Notice how in the image Hypex actually attached to this post or tweet, it shows a lot of superhero-like characters. The reason for that being is because not only on June 7th are we going to be seeing the ending of this season and the start of next, but also the same going for OG Chapter 1 Season 4 and even a brand new Lego pass at the same time. So we're getting 3 new passes all in the same day, but specifically what's the most interesting is the fact that if you didn't know or were OG enough to play Chapter 1 Season 4 back in the day, in the OG times before the mode released, this had a heroes versus villains theme, and obviously toward the end of the season we saw the first live event in-game commence from a villain that we thought back then being the Visitor launching the rocket at the villain lair. And despite the comet being in the sky right now, of course, that we can see in the OG mode, which is technically a part of story or event development, this never crashed into the island live. We only saw that in the Chapter 1 Season 4 trailer, creating Dusty Divot and changing the map. But in terms of even Chapter 1 Season 4, if you didn't know, Tim the Tapman, when OG released as a mode, actually confirmed from Epic Games documents that we're going to be seeing all of these live events commence throughout Chapter 1 seasons once again.
It's alright.
I'm doing a 2-hour sponsorship with Fortnite, just heads up.
Hashtag.
Also, in the document they sent over, it says there is going to be the live events again, by the way.
Oh, that's lit.
So,
okay, that's awesome.
I read it.
That's going to be awesome. Wow.
So they're going to replay. So it's literally going to go. I mean, that's insane.
As for these live events in OG, you may be wondering what happens after the Black Hole or End Event 1 at the end of Chapter 1 in Season X, or OG Season X. Well, apparently OG Chapter 2 is happening. According to an anonymous source from FNBR Leaks Discord server, we should receive a Chapter 2 OG mode after Season X of Chapter 1. Although I cannot contribute to this rumour, it would definitely make sense, which definitely does, as by the time we get to Chapter 1 Season X OG, everybody will be wanting this mode to change onto a new island, being the start of Chapter 2, what we once saw. In terms of the schedule of this chapter, however, how long we're going to be staying on this island, it was previously determined that the Turtle Island plugins, you know, these lovebirds that got introduced, both of them on Valentine's Day, they're supposedly going to be staying right here until, well, 38.00, I believe, which is the Chapter 7 Season 1 update. It looks like leakers weren't lying when they said this, as apparently this is the Breaking Future Fortnite Seasons leaked, or the rumoured themes. So Chapter 6 Season 3 is Superhero Academy themed, Chapter 6 Season 4 is a Bug Invasion theme, and Chapter 6 Mini Season 2 is apparently Simpsons themed, with Chapter 7 Season 1 being City Life and Aesthetic themed, Chapter 7 Season 2 Norse Mythology themed, and Chapter 7 Mini Season 1 Marvel and Symbiote themed. I know that was a lot to digest in just one post, but we have to dive further into Chapter 6 Season 3 and these skins that will be upcoming, with the first leaks pouring out about Fortnite X Superman coming soon. Will include an ability power that makes you transform into him, so I'm guessing he's in the next Battle Pass as the collab skin. Whether he's a skin between level 1 and 100 or the secret skin like General Grievous this season, it's unconfirmed as of now. The description Lula obviously put there though includes an ability power that makes you transform into him. Makes me get Doctor Doom vibes, you know, this island that spawned in Chapter 5 Season 4 that allowed us to transform into this kind of like mythic variant of him in each game. And if you're wondering now, we've already seen Superman in Chapter 2 Season 7's Battle Pass. No, technically we haven't. According to the name of this variant of Superman introduced anyways, as it literally is, he's named Clark Kent, obviously the actual real name of Superman, so a skin just called Superman is still yet to be added, and that is going to be next season, as we have further proof to back up this superhero theme. Posted by Lula right here, Season 3 Superheroes themed, not a collab. Epic added this icon called Hero Sprite by mistake, and it's the same icon from the superhero skins from the survey. We can also confirm the theme via our own inside sources. Even though this is of low quality, this logo that he attached to that post anyways, as you can see, it's consistent throughout many characters on the recent Fortnite survey skins that obviously released, and many of these are superhero looking or themed. And to squash any doubt you had in mind about next season's theme, Hypex posted the bullet point list. Next season is likely hero themed. Why? 18 hero skins in the surveys, Superman collab skin and mythic next season. Next season starts on the same day as OG Season 4 Chapter 1 Heroes. Heroes themed boons leaked this update that have the same icon as one in this skin's chests. With that said, out of the 18 hero skins, which would you like to see make up the entire battle pass, consisting of 8 total outfits, as it's not a collab season, although it is looking like we're going to be seeing Superman as one of the 8 outfits. So pick 7 from here and let me know down below in the comments your fantasy battle pass. Either way, it's safe to say these superhero variants are not the only versions of these individual skins we're going to be seeing. As Denny pointed out, I just noticed something. All hero skins are definitely each getting their own undercover casual variant. These 2 skins from the Fortnite surveys are 100% the same person. Maybe we only do get one version of the skin, but an emote allows us to transition, like Superman that we already have in the Clark Kent form, into this fully suited up character, exactly like we've also seen with skins from the Chapter 2 Season 4 full Marvel Battle Pass, which obviously was superhero themed, with characters like Jennifer Walters turning from using an emote into her She-Hulk form. In terms of more leaks about Chapter 6 Season 3, despite it being Superhero Academy themed, obviously making sense of what we've just discussed being the new variant of Superman that will be upcoming, several data miners have posted a bullet point list, with that being at the very start the Superhero Academy theme, but then, more interestingly, Midas funds the Superhero Academy, which makes sense of why this main character got yet another variant made of him, the Outlaw form, in Chapter 6 Season 2, meaning it wasn't just coincidence or just filler, it was actually thought out and planned way in advance that he'd be involved in future lore. Next we have the Superman power-up similar to Godzilla with Fortress of Solitude POI, which is going to be replacing Masked Meadows, so this is the last season we're going to be seeing this particular POI, so make the most of it. Speaking of lore, there has been a lot going on here, with Daigo obviously being the mask maker or making the Mask of Power that we saw again at the end of last season. Considering Superman is from the DC universe, next on the list shouldn't surprise anybody, even though it's not to do with him. It's Batman's sidekick being a Robin skin. I'm honestly surprised we haven't had any variant of Robin in Fortnite so far, considering considering all the different selectable styles and variants, or even just outfits overall for Batman that we've received. As we've already spoke about Daigo though, this is where it gets really interesting, as this masked variant of him is going to be an entirely new skin, not a selectable style for people who already owned the initial Daigo outfits. As the list states, Masked Daigo Battle Pass skin, and then Daigo as main villain, meaning he succumbed to the thrall of the Dark Presence once being in the spirit realm, which we could kind of tell from how he scared Big Dill and also the Brat hot dog character in his new form. Hopefully we see this masked version of Daigo actually retrieve the Zero Shard in the trailer, and that potentially might be why we have on the list 0 point sprites. Apparently these are going to be working very similar to the 0 point kind of effective fish, where we could dash around after consuming these once catching them. And then last but not least for this particular list, as there's even more leaks, we have a Utopia City replacing Seaport City. So just like Mass Meadows, we're going to be saying goodbye to this obviously in less than a month's time perhaps when you're watching this video, so make the most of these locations and don't say I didn't warn you when they're gone. Speaking of sprites though, these little beloved cute squishy things that either can become our back bling, almost wearing it like a pet, or thrown on the ground to serve some sort of purpose, whether it's giving us shield or boosting us up in the air. These weren't a random feature, as FMBR Intel stated that he can confirm that reworked pets are coming, and they will follow you around throughout the game and will be sold in the shop similar to Kicks. As you guys know, right now we do have pets as backblings, which were initially introduced in Chapter 1 Season 6, but I feel like these got discontinued as we don't see any new ones ever introduced to the files or sold. So hopefully the pets that we do currently have, as they're literally in a category called pets, obviously are updated to the new system. However, it's not known according to FMBR Intel right now if the old pets obviously will follow into this new system. Drop a like if you're excited for next season already, and subscribe for more with all notifications turned on so you don't miss any future uploads. But don't forget, most importantly, I'm an Epic partner, so enter code FM1 in the shop now. Literally takes like 3 seconds, you've got no excuse. It's not even me who makes the rules, it's down to Charlie the Charcoal Pug, so get entering the code now and don't let this little cute pug down. In terms of where you go to now, click either of these 2 videos YouTube's recommended you specifically, so you know it's a good suggestion, whilst you wait for the next upload I do publish here on the channel.